for transporting eggs, so why do I need to move out of an egg carton? Oh, and oh, I did just crush an egg. I just crushed 2 of them. Hey, welcome back. This is Wendy with MWD Adventures. Today we are checking out the Truma C60 fridge. They sent us this fridge to try out. Like I said, it's the C60, which means it's a 60 liter or 64 quart fridge. It is 29 inches long, 18 inches wide by 19 inches tall, which is similar to our previous fridge, so we think it's going to fit well for our application in our 4Runner. We'll show you that further in this video. So with this fridge, it looks like it's a nice rugged fridge. It opens one way, obviously, but it does have the ability for this fridge lid to be flipped around so that if it works better for your application to have the lid open the other way, you can pick it up and flip it around and now open it this way if that works better for you. Let's walk around the fridge real quick. It's got nice flat handles on both sides, so when you need it, you can pull it out, but then when it's not needed, it's still nice and flat, and it's not something that you're gonna get caught on as you're walking by. Hey Matt, look, it even has a bottle opener for you.
Awesome.
No more searching for that bottle opener.
You got it.
And then as you come down here, there's an app, so a QR code so you can get signed up for their app. We'll show that to you later too, but quick, easy, simple app. And then they have the compressor on this side, so that's where you see all this grating, so it's got good airflow. And then the panel is here also. You've got an on-off, turbo mode if you need to cool your drinks down real quickly. Shows you the current temperature, and then the up and down to get the temperature higher or lower. Then they also have a USB port here that you could use to charge your phone if you are running low and you want to use some of the battery for that. They've got a DC plug and an AC plug, so you can use it either way. When we're in the house, we plug it in this way, get it cooled down before we leave on the trip. And then while we're on the trip, we are using the DC with our battery pack. At this point, we are currently using an EcoFlow, and we'll show you that in the car also. Hey Matt, come on around and I'll show you the other side of it. So on this side, it's got some badging, again, some more grating for the good airflow for the compressor. The corners are reinforced, so as you're pulling it in and out of your vehicle and you're kind of knocking around, it's gonna give you some extra support there. Again, a handle that comes out when you need it, and then it goes back to being nice and flat, and another bottle opener. So another bonus on the Truma is they have a DC plug on this side also. So depending on where you have it in your vehicle, or if you have it in a fridge box, you can plug it in on whichever side works best for you and your application. Then around to the front, again, the cool Truma badging, and you can open the lid. Let's take a look in here. It comes with 2 different baskets. So one fits in the bottom. What I've found with this one is I feel like the grate makes it uneven. So when I had some drinks in there, they were kind of wobbling around. So I'm not quite sure if I'll use that bottom basket. Yeah, let's take a peek at what temperature the fridge is running at. We are right in that fridge, right in the rating for the fridge level, right about 34, 35. And we currently have the fridge set at 34. So pretty accurate temperature. So with the baskets, I think I'll probably end up only using this one, so the bottom is flat for me. But they know that people will have taller items, so they actually have a cutout in the basket so your taller items can actually come up through the basket and still fit in there nicely. And one other thing, there's a nice little light, so if you're trying to get into it at nighttime when you don't have much light, they've got a light built right in here for you. And if you need to switch the direction that the lid is opening and closing, they have good sturdy pins so that you can take the lid and switch the side so it can open the other direction if that works better for you. And then it's got good seals here. And so when you close it, it's not opening at all. Good click with the opening part. And it should be sealed good to keep your cool air in so it doesn't have to use up too much of your power. It uses 0.5 to 0.8 amps per hour of power. That's what have it down to regular temperature. Obviously, if you're trying to cool it down, it's going to use more than that to start with. So the C60 is a single zone fridge. Truma does build some that are dual zone, so you can have partial be fridge, partial be freezer. But when we go camping, we don't take anything along that needs to be freezer. We don't need ice. We don't need ice cream. If we're gonna eat ice cream, we'll go to the local ice cream shop to get that. So yeah, we find that the single zone works well for our application. So let's take a look at how we set this up out in our 4Runner. So now we're outside. I'll show you around on how we set it up in our vehicle. So we take the Truma, we set it next to our passenger back door, so there's easy access to get to the food. From there, we plug the refrigerator into a power bank. This year we are working off of the EcoFlow Delta 3 Plus. It's a 1,000 watt-hour battery. And then, so by doing it this way, when we go into a restaurant or at nighttime when the car's not running, the power is being drained off of the power bank versus off the car, because we don't want to wake up in the morning with a dead battery to the car. But over time, the refrigerator is going to wear this down also. So we take the power from the we plug the power station into the vehicle itself. And then while we're driving, that will replenish the power bank. So that's what we have found has worked out really well to keep the refrigerator going while we are traveling, while we're driving or not, to keep it powered without draining the power of our car. So this just plugs into the bottom here. So we have it plugged into the DC power. It can also be 120. If you are in the house or you're at a campground and you want to plug it in that way, you can use the 120. This is how it's set up so that we can access the food easily. We have it going horizontal with the door. All we have to do is open the lid and we've got access right to the refrigerator. We have found that the lid doesn't open all the way. So you can kind of push it in here and wedge it in there to keep it open so that I can get into it without having to use my head or one of the arms to keep the lid open. Some of the things, I brought some stuff out to see how it would fit into the fridge. We eat a lot of eggs, so this is a must to make sure that these can fit. I hear a lot of people online saying, how do you store your eggs when you're traveling? So an egg carton works in general for transporting eggs, so why do I need to move out of egg carton? I did just crush an egg. I just crushed 2 of them. Oh, bummer. So I like to be able, I just transport my eggs in a regular egg carton. I do not change it and move it into something else. So I wanted to make sure that it can fit in here well. And so it fits an egg carton perfectly from side to side. I took a Liquid Death, so a taller can. That one does not fit underneath the basket, so that would need to be in the open area. But then I take just like a regular pop can size. That one can fit under the basket. Easy, nice access here by the door. Some of the smaller ones open up like at the ends versus the side. Then your lid ends up being taller. So I think that'd be a harder type of fridge to fit in this way. As you can see, this one's already too tall. We can't quite get it open all the way. So to have one that opens this way would cause even more issues with keeping it open when you're trying to access the stuff that's inside of it. All right, so Truma also has an app to go along with their fridge. It's a very simple app, which is nice. It gives you just the nuts and bolts of what you need. It gives you the temperature and a way to turn it on and off, a way to turn the turbo on and off, and then the safety part for your car battery. All right, what are my thoughts? It's definitely one of those premium units. It's an investment into your future, something that you're gonna be able to use for years. And then it definitely is something that's very efficient. That's part of the premium part of it too, that it just sips power. So when we have it plugged into our power bank, it should last a while because it's not going to be using up a lot of the energy. Number 2 is it appears that it's got very accurate temperature, so I'm not going to open it up and find things either too cold and frozen when I don't want them frozen, and they're going to stay healthy and not be too warm. It's going to be consistent temperature whether things are on the top basket or if it's on the bottom. It is quiet, so while we're sitting here traveling, it's not going to be too loud rumbling behind me. I'm not quite sure I like the unevenness of the basket when it's on the bottom. So definitely things to work on and figure out what works best for us in the coming season. And we'll give you an update come fall time. So what fridge do you use for your travels? Are you still doing the regular cooler or have you upgraded to a fridge? Personally, we found that upgrading to the fridge has been a great upgrade for us. The biggest thing that we have to watch out for is battery consumption and making sure that we have good, adequate power to keep it going throughout our whole trip. And don't crush your eggs and get out and do some camping.